today we are going to share with you our journey of why we choose to study law and how we feel start to practice law and why we decide to continue or not continue to be the lawyer. For those who are thinking about whether to major in law these days, this episode can provide you with a lot of valuable information. Stay tuned! If being a lawyer pisses you off that much, you will definitely find somewhere. So you are actually very enjoying.
Sometimes I even enjoy the procedure I argue with other people.
Someone enjoying having conflict or having some debate with someone else. Or they just particularly don't like it, like me.
Yes. Some people just it's not real that you will always feel peace and love. Like
yes, you will. As long as you're not lawyer anymore.
Sometimes you will have to face some annoying people.
Way less.
Well, you can tell that's the difference between us.
And for me, I'm the one that decide that I don't want to be a lawyer, like practice lawyer, because, well, since I choose to study sociology and when I was in year 9, I always think that I will be a good lawyer in the future. But after first and second years of my practice, I start to feel that's not the right thing for me because I start to realize.
I'm always so curious.
Oh, I told you.
I know, but I still can't get it.
So there are several. So firstly, I'm a person. After I start to work, because I never work back in Taiwan. So my first job in 2019 is a practice lawyer. So I started to realize I am a person that I want to have my own time after work. And lawyers is one of the nature of lawyer's job. It's really hard to be 9 to 5. Believe me. Sometimes there is some incident coming at 4:59 p.m. And
it's all about choice. If you choose some law firms who respect your own time, then you can choose.
Well, when you come to be a principal or some higher position, there will be someone still need to hold it, especially you're going to be a principal.
I will talk about it later.
You can ask her how she feels. So I want to be able to control my own time after work because at that time when we all colleagues in the firm, like including April, we are all good friends, and afterward we want to have some dinner. You know, when we always need to we need to book the restaurant for 7 p.m. While in Australia, everyone usually finish their work around 5 p.m. And even we do it 7 p.m., there is someone will say, "You go first. I will go to the restaurant later," and maybe arrive around 8.
I mean,
So you know what I mean? It's so hard to control your time after work, and that will make me feel upset because I feel like my life, I just go back to home, take a shower, eat, sleep, and the next day do the work again. And then I feel so upset. And the second thing is, as April just said, I start to realize I'm a person that I really want to work in an environment with my own pace. And I want to be able to, I like to learn something, but I hate to be being rushed. So I want to be able to have time to learn new thing at work and have time to do the thing slowly in a good way, I mean. Because in the law firm, they usually say you have to learn a quick learner, blah, 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 and all those sort of things. It's just because they don't have time to let you do
I think that's because Yuhan's kind of like a little bit perfectionist. She always do have a very good file to be handled, but sometimes you just don't have the time to make it perfect. You just make it happen, that's all.
And I hate... And also, another thing, do you remember April enjoyed debating with everyone, including her boss, her colleague, her clients, and not just to the other side. So actually that's true. It's not because she liked to debate. It's actually necessary. Sometimes what your boss wants and what your clients want and what the other side want, they are all different.
Exactly.
It doesn't mean that your boss and your clients is on the same line as you. It's very annoying, actually.
When that time arrives, I feel like I'm a kindergarten teacher. I need to make those kids, quiet, happy, and go home. So
that's very annoying.
It's very hard.
And I used to do a test.
Yeah.
I used to do a test. I forgot what is the name. So that's called. There are several items, and one item is about like compromise, and one item is about compromise, cooperation, and one of the category is called compete, and the score is from 0 to 12. 0 is the lowest, 12 is the highest. My cooperation and compromise is 12, and my compete is 0. So that means that I'm so suffering and take so much energy because I feel that I have to argue with everyone.
So tired.
My clients, my boss, and sometimes it's not just. Sometimes in one case it has multiple parties, like the bank and the real estate agent and whoever. Sometimes your client's wife, your client's son. So you know what I mean? And then so I feel like I need to arguing and debating, and that's I think is like so unnecessary. Like why? And it's so exhausting and wasting so much time. And I will never enjoy that. And that is the daily life being a lawyer in a law firm. And that's why April enjoy it. I don't enjoy it. So it's just a job that make myself drain and dry. But it doesn't mean I don't like law. I love law. I just don't like to be a practice lawyer.
That's why she becomes a researcher.
Yeah, so I realized I love law and I love to research because I love learning new things actually. So, and I love to be able to do the job a large amount can do the job in my own paces, at my own pace. So now I am doing a job that has a lot of research elements, and I can communicate with my manager to say, oh, currently this matter may take longer time. Can I have more time? And we'll see to arrange it. You know, there are another thing that can easily arrange in law firms. So, so I love my current job.
I guess the other thing I enjoy being a lawyer is I can deal with people, and I just feel like dealing with people make me happy, truly happy.
I think what April means is she likes to make those kindergarten kids quiet. Because when we are in a working place, we're not necessarily treating our colleague and our manager or whoever as a kindergarten kids. We treat them as a peers.
No, I just feel like every time I know something, some people new, I can explore the new personality, the unique feature in themselves that make me feel like this is funny, this is interesting. I really enjoy that.
Okay. So, see, like law.
You have to understand people. I think that's very important.
No matter in what job, as long as you need to interact with people, you need to understand people.
Yeah.
It just, April really enjoyed making those kindergarten kids quiet. I.e. debate. She really enjoyed those competing feeling and give her some excitement. Can you sense from when she say that? That's actually one of the very good character.
It's just that
which I don't have.
You will tell people's strengths and weakness, and you will have to use their strengths and weakness to make them working with you as a real true team.
So do you know why that if you really need some
I feel
lawyer,
like I sound like a bad people.
or you have a lawyer friends, some of them really like to argue with you in some very meaningless little thing in their daily life, especially male lawyer. That's the case. They love those kind of arguments and debating and trying to find their grounds, make their grounds.
Yeah, don't be so serious. Just like playing a show and play your role. What?
I don't want.
I don't play it appropriately.
We can make our life more peace by cooperation, like where I work.
I guess that's the difference between Yuhan and me, because Yuhan enjoyed the true meaning of life, but being a lawyer for me is like a job. You need to make that thing happen, and to do that, you have your own aim. You will have your purpose, so you will have to do something, make it happen.
Well,
It doesn't matter if you enjoy it or not. It doesn't matter.
I do think you enjoy. You're not the type of person, if you don't enjoy, you will you will keep staying there.
Okay.
And you are very capable of finding somewhere out if you want.
That's true.
Yeah.
True.
So there's come to another question. It take me a while I start to realize being a practice lawyer is not a good match with my true character, like who am I and what I like, and is it a kind of waste if you're not being a lawyer, a practice lawyer or a prosecutor? Because where I remember when I was in the law school, a lot of us, maybe including me, will have a feelings like, oh, if I graduate and I'm not a lawyer or prosecutor, then it's a kind of waste for the last 10 years or last 5 years effort of trying to get this qualification. And
it's very expensive.
Yeah, and it's also kind of a lot of social expectation, like maybe from your family, especially your parents. I will have to say, when I tell my parents I quit in a law firm and then I quit being a lawyer and I go to do my current research job, my parent is a little bit disappointed. Well, they are a very nice parent. No, they're actually okay. My parents is not a manipulate. Parents you must do something that what they say, but they will have some hope in their mind. So they will ask me like, oh, so is your lawyer's qualification can help you get more salary? And all those sort of questions. Oh, how much money you can make? Because they are worrying whether I cannot make as much as a lawyer. Actually, I earn more than being a lawyer at that time.
It depends.
Yeah, so you need to really need to go up to a certain level to earn enough. Yeah, first few years being a lawyer, the salary is very little. It sucks, yeah. So yeah, I'm very happy and very bad work-life balance as well. But is that I also struggle because I spend I studied Bachelor of Law in Taiwan. I have Master of Law in Taiwan. I study another Juris Doctor in Australia and spend so much money from my family to finally be able to be qualified as a lawyer in Sydney. And I just practiced for around 3 years and I decide to not being a lawyer anymore. So it actually struggled me a while before that. I'm thinking whether if I quit being a lawyer or if any of you quit being a prosecutor, whether it's a waste of your all effort in the past. What do you think?
I mean,
but you didn't quit. You will never
I
quit
haven't quit. But I mean, if I decided, because I always have different dreams, and being a lawyer is one of my dreams. And the other dream...
It used to be my dream as well.
And the other dream I have is I want to be a psychiatrist.
Psychiatrist, yeah.
Yeah. And so if I really quit being a lawyer, I probably will consider to be a psychiatrist or something else I want to be. However, I wouldn't say it's a waste, because it's your life. It's always for you to make the decision at the right time, at the right perfect situation.
The reason I say it's not waste with my experience. So currently I'm in my current research job for around for 2 years already, 2 years. So I think I have the grounds to show you. I'm a showcase that
It's never too late.
It's not a waste because my job is actually still legally relevant, and my legal training in the past, like how they teach us in the law school, how we do our reasoning and how to read the legislation. And it just naturally, it's an environment build your logic is very good training that you can even use in your daily life and at work as well. You will find that a lot of common sense that you think is a common sense is actually not common sense for a lot of people.
I totally agree. Because law is really a practical subject. You learn a lot. Every aspect of this whole society you can learn from law.
And
that's really good.
And there's another thing is, whether you have ever practiced or never practiced, you just study law, it's also make the difference. So I don't like the days that being a lawyer for that 3 years, but I also very appreciate that I have that 3 years experience, because that 3 years let me see the different world, and also meet a lot of lawyer friends. If you just graduate from law school, typically you won't have a lot of lawyer friends.
Your friends will always be lawyers. You won't have other friends.
If you work in a law firm, you will know a lot of lawyer friends. and sometimes, and because I also practice myself, so I have a lot of common sense. For example, for me, I will think, that's a common thing. Like, I won't feel that panic. For example, when when we buying the home, or when maybe someday we register our car, or when we go to...
You know the rules.
Yeah, we will have some risk. We will know some risk behind it. Even we did not practice in that area in the past, we overhear about our colleague or friends about
It's easier for you to find the rules.
Yeah, and also I already have some background knowledge in your brand, and you will know... you already have some knowledge, so you won't feel panic or anxious, and especially know the starting point.
Yeah, I agree. Law makes you feel more confident and powerful sometimes.
Yeah, like even you go to register the car, there's a law behind it. And if you want to start a business, even I never started a business before. Hopefully, it will be very soon, and then I already have some sense in my background that there might some risks there. Although I still need to find my lawyer friend to help me and give me more advice, but I already have some thought inside. And so I do think being a lawyer, the training makes us have a kind of life skill, like a legal app on your phone.
That's not exactly
like an
right.
app. So it doesn't mean that if you're not studying law, if you're not being a lawyer or you are not being a prosecutor anymore, it's a kind of waste. It's a very important training. Yeah, and will help you a lot in the future for your next step.
That's why some politicians are lawyers before they became politicians.
Isn't that because they can turn black into white?
Yeah, because they knew the whole society
That's
so
a good
well.
example. People usually have negative impressions in politicians. That's an awful example.
I just feel like politicians, they knew the basic rules of the whole society. That's why they can... It will benefit for their career.
Okay, let's take another better example. For example, like when we buy a home ourselves, we will know, it's a common sense for us that we'll think when we grow up, we start to make a little bit more money, we're able to start to have some assets, and it's common sense for a lawyer, no matter which area, you will start to think about having some wealth.
Yeah, and you can save your money.
And then not everyone in the daily life, they will think about that part. Just like this kind of thing.
Yeah, and also if you are having some small troubles, like the claim will be claimed during the small claim procedure, like the procedures. And then you can just go to the court and lodge the statement of claim yourself and save a bunch of money, and then you can act for yourself, and then you know how the procedure works. And that
can I have some discount after
That's really good for yourself. Like you know how to fight for yourself.
Yeah, and you'll feel confident when you need to search relevant information. It's not something like something from Mars that you never know.
And you don't need to rely on other people. You just need to trust yourself, trust the knowledge, the information you will have.
Yeah. I do think it's very important, and you also it's like structure how you think. Like, people always say different majors, people think they process one thing in different way. Well, I will not say that legal training is always the best, but it's one of the good training that we can have. Yeah, and so I can guarantee you that it's not a waste. You just need to deal with your own ego and your social expectation. Of course, you have to be responsible if you don't being a lawyer, what you are going to do next, and whether that next thing you want to do is exactly what you truly want to do. I think that's the most important thing.
Yeah.
And okay, so I think that's basically what we are talking, the main key thing that we have to talk about today. I just want to think that for those who are going to be a lawyer, thinking about being a lawyer, what kind of suggestion you want to give to them? Or who are struggling about whether to continue to be a lawyer?
Just believe in yourself all the time, even when you make mistakes.
What is that one for?
Because being a lawyer, you will make mistakes. You are human beings. We always make mistakes.
I think my suggestion would be more practicable for lawyers who are in a high school or who are studying law at this moment. I highly suggest you to do some real internship. Not the internship.
Practice is very important.
Not the internship just doing photocopying. And when you do the internship, you instead of enjoy what you are doing, because lawyer only will give you very minimum job and you will feel you have a lot of time to do, but that's not the life of the lawyer. What I'm going to say is when you do the internship, observe the lawyer's life, their daily life, how their daily life looks like, and whether that's the one that you want. And maybe it's good to go to 1 to 2 or even more different firm to do some internship, because every different firm is
during your law school.
Yeah, during your law school. Or I know some high school student here, sometimes they can do
they have the program now.
Yeah. So it's very important. I remember when I was in Taiwan, someone used to tell me, my senior, so I also studied Bachelor of Law back in Taiwan, and my senior, I asked her why she did not practice law. And at that time, she told me she decided she don't want to be a lawyer at all after she do 1 or 2 months internship in one of the biggest law firm in Taiwan. And at that time, I totally cannot understand. And I also don't realize the needs of being a lawyer and of needs to do internship. And I don't know, so I want to be a lawyer, I don't want to be a lawyer. I just keep thinking about that. And then while I'm really qualified to be a lawyer, so I realize, that's not what I want. So doing internship in different firms, observing those lawyers' life, whether that's what you want.
Observation is very important because you will learn the secret rules in this industry.
Whether their daily life is what you want, and what kind of personalities that they usually have, and whether that's
the daily pace
or the peoples they deal with, and whether that's the thing that you want to deal with. And I think that's for the people wanting to, even whether you want to or you are not sure, just go to do some internship. And for those people who are struggling, not sure whether you want to be a lawyer or not, firstly, there are different layers. Like for me, I still love law. I still helping my research degrees advisor, doing a lot of legal research from time to time. So see how I love law and research. But I just don't like the daily life as a lawyer or I think prosecutor would be the same.
What about judge?
Just practice, And then, so I don't think that's the one that I will like. but it doesn't mean that I don't like law. So I can find some. So at that time, I actually trying to search for some job that can, my legal background can be utilized in a research based job, which I currently in. And so you have to know what exactly part of your lawyer's life that you don't like, so you can know your next step. And if you're really unhappy, and sometimes maybe it's just because that law firm's environment is not right.
And
maybe
it's important for you to know what kind of environment is toxic.
Yeah.
And you will have to leave that environment. Otherwise, it will be detriment to yourself.
Yeah, I'll say even until, to be honest, the very first time where I worked with April, that toxic environment really have a lot of detrimental impact on me for a lot of time. It's not because of April. It's our own, both of our departments. Is it called department? It's our department's partner.
Our department, only us.
Yeah, just us, but the partner that we report
just
to.
us.
Yeah, the partner that we have to report to. And so that's, I think even up until last year, I spent such a long time to overcome those impact. But I think I'm okay now. And afterwards, if that is just because the environment is not right, you can see whether go to other law firm to see, because there's a lot of toxic environment in the legal industry, so that's normal. But as long as you keep looking into, you'll find one.
Just to keep looking.
Yeah, just keep looking.
Yeah.
If that's the case, or maybe because sometimes it's just environment. It's not because you don't like practice. It's not because you don't like law. And if you just like me, you just don't like the life as a lawyer, then you have to start to explore what you like and what you want, and
just try different firms and try different areas, and you will find your favorite and stick with it.
Yeah, so there are several layers. Like firstly, whether it's a firm's environment's problem or practice area's problem, and secondly, to analyze whether is that because you really don't like lawyer's life, and whether it's because you hate law itself, then you might need to totally switch another industry that's not relevant to law at all. That's also important to consider about. So I think the worst case is you keep sitting there and doing nothing. For those who are struggling being a lawyer, practice lawyer at this moment.
Totally agree.
Yeah, you start from analyzing what is the cause that you don't like your life at that moment, and start to dig into those 2 to 3 questions, and you can start to take action from there. Well, I think that's all for our episode. Do you want to come here more time?
Our first episode.
Well, it's April's first episode.
Ours.
Let me know how you think and what is your thought. Are you in the law school now, or are you a high school student that's thinking about being a lawyer in the future, or you are struggling being a lawyer, or you are like me, finding your new world after quitting being a lawyer? I'll look forward to see you next time. Bye bye.